Hey everybody, Tim here with today's episode of Stranger Things, Season 3, Episode 6, E Pluribys Unum. I suck at Latin, it's a dead language. Anyways, I was a little disappointed by this episode. I was really expecting like these last 3 episodes to just be boom, 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 like just non-stop adventure, but this one's actually a little bit slow. Like it starts out great with like, the team like in the hospital and Nancy being chased by the sludge monster thing. But it and I mean that's a great scene. Like it goes under the door to get to Nancy, and then of course 11 just decimates it. Like she slams it against the walls and up against the ceiling, and then finally throws it out the window, and then we kind of see it melt into like the sewers and stuff. But after that scene, like the whole rest of this episode, it's really slow. It's basically almost all interrogation because each side has like a prisoner at this point. So for one side on with Hopper and Joyce and Murray, like they keep questioning Alexi, and there's like this long drawn out scene where he doesn't want to answer questions because he has a strawberry Slurpee and he wants a cherry Slurpee, and he like calls their bluff on like Hopper setting him free. Like they can hear him get in the car, and Murray and Joyce are like, we gotta get him, and Hopper's like, no. And sure enough, when they get outside, he like backs the car up. Like, I mean, it's interesting, it's kind of funny, but like I didn't like it. I did like the little tiny scene of Dustin and Erica talking about like how she's actually a nerd because she's really good at math, and she's really interested in politics, and she knows a ton about like My Little Pony and stuff, which I've never been like a brony. I've never seen an episode of My Little Pony, but it's kind of funny how here we are like 20 years after where this episode takes place, and My Little Pony is still very, very relevant. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Steve gets the shit beat out of him, which is kind of sad because he finally won a fight in the last episode, and now he's just bloody as hell. And then again, it's just this long interrogation scene where they keep asking him what's going on, and then they even like inject them with like truth serum or whatever it is, and they start laughing at it and think it's interesting, which then Robin and Steve kind of have this moment together where she's like, I sat behind you in high school for like 2 years and you never even noticed me. And Steve's like, I was an asshole, I'm sorry. But it's a cute little moment. And then like once they start the interrogation, of course, like they tell them, hey, we pretty much discovered this by accident, and Robin's the one that's like, your code is too obvious. But like again, it's so drawn out and it's so slow that it was difficult for me to stay interested. Some of the Murray translation scenes are kind of funny, like when they call Hopper Fat Rambo, stuff like that's a little funny, but it was so slow that it got kind of lost in that pacing. 11 reaching out to Billy, and she's like playing the spy agent, and we see a little bit about Billy, like when he's little with his mom surfing on the beach, and his dad hits his mom, and that's what makes her leave. But I didn't agree with that either. Like it was kind of slow, but like the fact that she didn't try to take Billy, she just abandoned him, I didn't buy that for a second. And then of course we finally see Billy's dad meet Max's mom, and they're significantly younger than I had expected them. Like Billy looks like he's like 13 or something. So, but I would have guessed by season 2 that it was more recent than that. Like they'd only been together for like a year or two. But no, this makes it seem like they've been together for like 5+ years. So that's kind of interesting. Finally, Billy sees 11, like the upside down Billy, and he's like just telling her like, you know what, it's time. And we start seeing all of these like flayed people start waking up, and they're just walking away, and it's kind of interesting because I've said it before, they're almost like zombies at this point, which kind of goes back to the first episode where they had that like great foreshadow because the kids were trying to sneak into like Day of the Dead or something, but all these people start just waking up and just walking away, and then the cliffhanger to get us to the next episode is them melting into the monster and just watching it get bigger and bigger. So like the beginning was really interesting, watching them run from it, and the ending's really interesting watching it get bigger. But like the interrogation of Alexei, the interrogation of Steve, 11 spying on Billy, like, I don't know. It was interesting because it was great character development, but I was just like, it was just oddly paced. It was difficult for me to get into it. For those who have seen this one, what did you guys think? Go ahead, let me know, and I will see you guys next time for The Bite.